Gather round, friends, new and old, and welcome to the POWWOW podcast. This is your host, David, speaking.
This is Jennie speaking.
And this is Philip speaking. Ooh, Roger.
God, we're all speaking.
Yeah.
Roger.
Well, welcome back, guys. We're here recording on Super Bowl Sunday. We're, wow.
And that's important.
What a day.
That is important because by the time this comes out, we will not have had our bets for this episode. So the next episode.
We don't know.
If you're coming in from last week's episode where we made all the bets and you're anxiously awaiting, spoiler alert, right here, right now. We don't know as of this recording, as of this episode, who won
Jennie,
what. So
a long time ago, 2 years ago, when our very first episode was our Super Bowl preview for 2 Super Bowls ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and the week after that was just like this week. We were recording, and I decided to bring us in saying, whoa, Tom Brady, what a game. That was incredible. Because the Chiefs were the favorites. It was Chiefs-Bucks. The Chiefs were the favorites. Tom was expected to be beaten. But I just decided to, for giggles and shits, just to be like, whoa, Tom Brady, what a game. And what happened? Tom Brady had a stormer of a game, and I was right. So I was about to do that again, but then Phil ruined it.
I'm excited.
It's okay.
Excited that I did.
But we are here. You know what I realized is that now this is the second year in a row that on the day of the Super Bowl, 2 hosts of this podcast are in the very city that the Super Bowl
That's
is
true.
in.
That is very true.
And so, you know what this means.
What does this
That
mean,
next
David?
year, 2 of us are going to Vegas.
Oh, there we go.
And I think it should be Jennie and I.
Yes, you two go. Go have fun at the Bellagio.
Yeah.
That would be super
Happening.
You two
Speaking
crazy
of,
kids.
of the Super Bowl being in Arizona, I had the pleasure of working a Super Bowl event this year. A couple of days ago, I was working at Shaq's Funhouse. Oh my gosh. If you guys get the chance to go to that event in the future, it is wild. There were so many people there, and it was a lot of fun. And I got some free merch out of it, too. There was a whole section for talkies. And for those who, for those who are listening at home can't see it, I'm sporting my talkies hat today. So you'll see it as you see the video clips that are going to come out in the future.
Have you ever tried the Trader Joe's Takis?
No, I haven't.
David, this is a sore spot for David. Go ahead, David.
They're my favorite snack of all time, and they discontinued them.
No! Oh, that's so unfortunate.
They are the greatest. I don't like real Takis. Anyway.
So we have interviewed each other, David, and these are chronicled. These are archived. These are in the library. If you want to, you can go back and you can listen to these episodes, and they still hold up, still great. I stand by all those questions. Actually, to be completely honest, I don't remember all that you asked me, David. I did do some research because there's one important question that must be held over. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We have a new host, I guess would be, even though Jennie's now been with us 2 episodes, but we have a new host, which means that we need a new 3. Excuse me. Well, this is the
4.
No, this will be Jennie's 3rd. I know Jennie feels like she's just she's been with us forever, so it's hard to.
This is
keep
the
track.
4th.
This is the 4th. Okay. Regardless, Jennie, new host, new episode now is necessary where we interview Jennie, where we make sure that she.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Where we get to find out a little bit more about Jennie, get down into the weeds, and find out all about what makes Jennie Jennie. And David, do you recall that there was one reoccurring question that we asked each other that we are now obligated to ask Jennie?
Oh,
yes, we'll get there. Do you want me to reveal what the question was?
Go ahead. Yes, please.
I do believe you're referring to what food you find absolutely repulsive.
Oh, I think I already answered this question.
Yes, we did kind of ask you this a little while ago, but
we might have done. Yeah, for Phil it was mustard. For me, I think it was beets.
Oh, mine is green olives.
Really? I
Mm-hmm.
don't think you did tell us that. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I love
I
green
don't
olives.
vividly recall that either.
Maybe you asked a question
What about black
previously and I
olives?
didn't have the answer right away. So black olives are fine. I'm okay with black olives. I like those on
Really?
pizza, and I'll even have them in a salad. But for green olives, absolutely not. Please don't ever put
What
that on
about in
my
a dry
plate,
martini?
America. Honestly, I don't eat the olives on the martini. I don't even drink hard alcohol anymore, to be honest with you. But when I used to, I usually would not eat the olives. I would steer clear of those olives. I don't know what it is about green olives, but they just taste repulsive to me. Even if you try to put cream cheese or whatever additives in them, I just can't handle it. I don't want them anywhere near me.
Well, let's move on to the questions, I suppose.
Alrighty. Philip,
Philip, you are
you
muted.
have muted yourself, buddy.
I have muted myself and made myself look like an ass in the process. All right, thank you guys. All right, so because of that, David, you already asked a question. I guess it'll be up to me to ask the next question.
Was that the question? That's not one of my questions. I have questions written down. That was just something
No,
I
it's not one
remembered
of
from.
your.
Okay, good.
I'm just saying that was the one that we needed to get out of the way. Now, both you and
All
I
right.
have brought forth a number of questions. We'll see what time does allow us to ask Jenny, as you and me each only got a certain amount of questions, anyways. And then now there's two of us to ask multiple.
We've given these questions a ranking of 1 through 5.
Yes,
5
one being
personal, and 1 being kind of generic. Right?
Yeah. What makes you happy? Like just something just
Well, that's pretty
run of the
deep,
mill.
actually.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I was thinking of like chocolate as an answer, but I guess depending on your answer, it could be deep. It could be. All right. Anyways, so David's hard-hitting question number 5 is going to be what makes you happy, Jenny. Be prepared for that one. For me, my first question, and I'm not going to start with a 1. I'm going to start with a 3. Here we go, Jenny.
Oh, geez, right in the middle.
Right in the middle, just right down the middle, right, putting a split down the bowling alley. What inspired you to get into acting in the first place? For those who don't know and are listening and know nothing about you, Jenny, how dare they? You are an esteemed actor, at least, especially here in the Valley, and you've worked since you were young. So I'm curious, what inspired you to get into acting in the first place?
Well, I mean, to be honest, there was a moment that occurred. Well, to kind of start off to explain my backstory as to how I even got to acting in the first place. So my parents were both athletes growing up, and they still are very. My family is a huge sports family, so they thought their daughter was probably an athlete too, so they tried to get me involved in any potential sport to see what clicked. I've done swimming, I've done tennis, did basketball for a little bit. Swimming was the one that stuck the most, but even then, I just couldn't enjoy it. Like it was cool for a while, but in the end, it was not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life as an activity. So my parents were trying to figure out what else I would like to do, and they signed me up for a theater camp, a summer theater camp in Phoenix with a little theater called Valley Youth Theater. For those who don't know what Valley Youth Theater is, they have had quite a few stars come through. Emma Stone used to perform there, and so did Jordan Sparks.
Wow.
Chelsea Kane, Max Crumb, who's a popular actor on Broadway. Many people have come through there. So they signed me up there, and I think I was, I think I was 8. I could have been a little older, but it was before middle school for sure. Probably either 3rd, 4th, or 5th. I can't really remember. I have to double check my reference. But there was one show that I did when I was 13 or 14. I did Once Upon a Mattress, and I got to be the lead.
Oh.
And there was a moment of validation that made me want to continue pursuing. During that show, I think she was the camp director. Her name was Jessica. She walked up to my mother after the show to talk to her and congratulate me on the show. And she pulled her aside and basically said, Jenny belongs here. Jenny should be doing this all the time. This is what she's meant to do. And I kept going. I really enjoyed it. I think that wasn't related to me choosing to keep going, but I did love it so much. And that was validation. And after that show, I got cast in my first production at Value Theater, and then just kept working and working and working. And now I have my undergrad in theater, and the rest is history.
Way to go, Jessica.
I know. Bless you,
Way to
Jessica. She lives in Florida now. I got the chance to visit her when I was on
Oh
tour.
no, poor Jessica.
Poor Jessica. Poor Jessica.
But it was good to see her. She has 2 lovely sons, and her family's wonderful. So shout out to Jessica. Jessica Graber is her last name. She's awesome.
I'm sure she's listening.
I'm sure.
All right, Jenny. The way things are going to work on my side of things, I have questions ranked 1 to 5, as Phil does. However, I'm going to let you choose.
Oh.
I have 2 1s, 2 3s, and 1 of every other number. I want you to pick. What number do you want?
Well, let's stick with 3 since Philip did that first.
You want one of the 3s?
Yeah.
Is there a movie that changed your way of thinking?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Just for context, for me, an example was the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Totally changed the way I thought about technology, our relationship with technology, and even kind of relationships. That movie kind of really planted something in my brain.
Well, that is a really good question, David. My answer would probably have to be The Truman Show.
Oh,
that's
very
a good answer.
choice. Very good
I agree
choice.
completely. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I grew up being a huge fan of Jim Carrey. So I've pretty much seen his entire filmography,
His entire catalog, yeah.
His entire catalog. But when I saw The Truman Show, I think that was the first time I had truly seen him perform in a more serious role.
That's what passes for serious with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it's definitely in the middle after seeing other ones afterwards. I was like, oh, this is definitely in the middle compared to like when he did the I think it's called Man on the Moon. But
definitely the Andy Kaufman one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's just the way that it studies the way the idea of someone being the subject of a TV show and watching this character break free to leave this curated world that someone created for him after realizing what he truly wanted. It was an awesome character study to witness. It was, and also just
Definitely.
the way that they approached everything with the visual of how they can create this world and all the bits and pieces that wasn't used. So like using lights as stars and the way they had all these hidden cameras everywhere. It was fascinating to watch. I was glued to the screen the whole time.
Jenny, I will be giving you a 1. Here we go.
Okay.
What would a sandwich called the Jenny be made of?
Definitely has pineapple in it.
Whoa. Cooked pineapple or raw pineapple?
Sauteed?
Probably cooked.
That makes it more palatable.
Yeah,
that makes it more palatable.
I'm thinking more of my brain went to a burger first instead of an actual sandwich.
Oh, a burger with pineapple sounds interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Now we're getting like warmer, Jenny. You're quite warming up this pineapple on me.
Well,
Okay.
so there's 2 actually that come to mind now that I'm thinking about it. So if we're talking like lunch or dinner, my brain would go to a burger, and I could do a copycat of the bonsai burger from Red Robin, and it's pineapple and teriyaki sauce and a sunny side up egg on top.
Sounds great.
Or for
Okay.
breakfast, I do like a good bagel sandwich. I have recently discovered
So
a
we found
recipe. Yes.
Yeah, so
There's a
we
special-
have discovered.
Yes, there's an amazing cream cheese spread that I make for my bagel sandwiches. It's got dill and lemon juice and it's all sorts of fixings on top of this sandwich: bacon, egg, etc. Arugula. Oh, arugula is awesome. Anyway, that's my answer. I'm gonna rant
Jenny.
about sandwiches for an hour now.
Pick a number, 1 to 5.
2.
You got one more, a 2. All right, let's have our 2. What? It's another movie one. What is your favorite pre-2000 movie and why?
My favorite movie pre-2000s would have to be Hellraiser.
I've never seen
What
it.
about Hellraiser?
It's really good. Highly recommend. I don't recommend anything beyond the original Hellraiser because I have a personal opinion that they stray from the content. They kind of go off the rails with it and they just start doing the whole blockbuster thing where they just try to make as much money as possible off the franchise.
Yeah.
But the original, for those who, I think it came out in 1987. The original story is written by Clive Barker, who is one of my favorite horror movie authors. And it's a story about a girl who moves into a new home with her and her father's girlfriend. And they discover that in this home, who actually belonged to, I think it's her father's brother, her Uncle Frank. They move into there after he goes missing, or when he passes away, and it's discovered that he passed away in the house, and the girlfriend tries to bring him back to life. There's a whole thing, but in the end, you meet the Cenobites. They are these servants from hell. You bring them to life with a puzzle box. So I don't want to ruin much. I don't want to provide more plot besides that, because we have so many more questions to get through.
Yes,
but
we do.
It's I just really like the Cenobites. I think they're a wonderfully designed monster, and I've seen that movie so many times, and I never get tired of it.
Good answer. All right. So for my next one, I will go to a 2. I will follow in the footsteps. What is a word you would get tattooed on yourself? It can only be a word. It could be in any other language you wish, but it must be letters. What is a word you would get tattooed on yourself? Accept the premise.
Okay, so I actually wouldn't get a word tattooed onto my body. I have only had one idea for a tattoo ever in my life, at least for words or sounds. So I have seen this tattoo that you can get.
Is it quack?
How did you know?
Yes! And quack for the win.
No,
I'm
kidding. I'm kidding. So I would get a barcode, or I would get one of those. It's like it's a thing that you can get tattooed that has
like a QR code.
QR code, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or one of those a scan of a phrase or a word, and it would be a recording. If I can get this, I can't. This is not going to be a possible thing anymore, but I would totally have a scan of a recording of members of my family saying I love you on it.
Oh,
so having
wonderful,
because I'm a huge family person, so it'd be like my mother saying love you, Jenny, or my father saying it, or my brother saying it, or my grandmother. I can't have that, unfortunately, because my grandmother passed away last June, but something along those lines. If I know it kind of skews from the question, but that's probably the closest I can get to responding to that.
Okay, beautiful answer.
All right, Jenny, pick a number.
Okay, let's go with let's do number 1. Let's keep with number 1.
Number 1?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of cheese is best?
Let's see.
I'm telling you now, Jenny, this matters.
Oh
no. So this will shape my opinion of you.
Oh no. Well, are we talking like artisan cheeses?
Any cheese.
Cheese?
I want a type of cheese.
All cheeses are accepted on this podcast. If you are a cheese, you are welcome. We are very lactose tolerant.
Positive zone.
No plastic cheese, no government cheese.
Oh, your corner can be all refined Asiago cheeses. Over in my corner of the cheese realm, we'll stink it up. We'll roll it out. We'll hole it out.
Phil, no one asked you.
Oh my God. Okay, well, fine. Jenny, your cheese. Your cheese room, please.
There's one that comes to mind, but I can't think of the name of it, unfortunately. But I will go ahead and say my answer is Parmesan.
It's a good answer.
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like you can enjoy it in many forms. You can enjoy it as a block, and you can have it on whatever.
You get shavings. I'll just eat the shavings.
Mm-hmm,
it's just delicious.
It can go on pizza. It can go on whatever charcuterie things you got. It can pretty much go anywhere it wants to, because it's that big.
Excellent answer.
All right, my next question, Jenny. Have you, and this is a number 5 question, so get ready.
Oh, here we go. The real deep stuff.
Yes, here we go. Have you ever made a negative impact on someone's life, and do you regret it if so?
Yes.
We don't have to go. Yes, you have. And do you regret it?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any details you are fine with sharing?
Yes, definitely. So I was kind of more of a goody two-shoes when I was younger, very much a straight A student, or aspiring to be. I did very well in school. So there was one time, I can't remember the details of why. I think I was just doing some standardized testing at a school. And I noticed that there was a kid that was cheating. And I told the teacher who was the supervisor of the standardized testing area that we saw the kid cheating. I reported it, and I still to this day think about it, and I'm like, that wasn't very nice of me. So I do regret that, and I wish I could apologize to that kid, but I don't even remember what that kid looks like at this point. So if you're out there, if you're by chance listening to this, I just want to apologize.
Jennie wants to extend an apology to anybody who may or may not have been reported cheating. Even though you were in the wrong first, she was in the wrong second, and she is sorry. She is sorry to all you misladen children who walked astray, and she tried to correct you herself. She is sorry.
Yep. I don't know. It just, I got told by family members after, like, maybe you shouldn't have done that. I was like, oh, really? So that was the wrong thing to do, to correct someone on cheating? But anyway, we can go into a whole debate about it. But yeah, I slightly regret it. I wish I could go back and not do that. I mean, I just regretted my actions after. It's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have told on this kid. But, that was many, many years ago now. So I can't really correct it at this point.
Jennie, pick a number. You've got a 1 left, you got a 3 left, a 4 left, and a 5 left.
Let's do a 5.
The 5. Do you see yourself getting married and having kids? If yes, can you imagine a life where you are happy without those things? If no, what could possibly change your mind?
I do see myself getting married and having kids.
And so the follow-up question would be, can you imagine a life where you're happy without those things?
I think I would be able to be happy without either or both of those things. I could definitely see, at least if I don't end up having kids, I can at least still see myself being married, because, medical things, I obviously am unaware of any medical things that could prevent me from having kids at this time. But if that by chance happens, I am prepared mentally to not have kids. There's other ways of going about having a family. You can adopt. I can be a mom to some fur babies, a dog or a cat. It's a flexible thing. But in terms of marriage, I think I would be more upset if I didn't get married, to be honest with you, at least once. Whether or not it results in a divorce or a happy marriage for the rest of my life, I want that to be a part of my life at some point.
Jennie, my last question here. Ooh, I could go back to back on the 5s, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'll have David choose. David, do you want me to give Jennie a 4 or a 3?
You can back to back the 5. Go ahead.
Absolutely not. It's too much. It's too much.
All right,
and
go for the 3. Let's take it easy.
3. All right, here we go, Jennie. Jennie, giving you the layup here. What is the worst household chore?
Okay, let's see. There
are a bunch of contenders there. There's like laundry, right? There's dishes. If you have animals, picking up poop. There's taking out the trash.
Question. Does it have to be inside the house?
No, I guess like lawn work, pool stuff. Yeah, no, those will work.
The worst chore is doing any sort of yard work, pulling weeds, cleaning up a yard, etc., because you're outside, and in Arizona, it gets ridiculously hot out. In the summer, that's the last thing I want to do, is go outside in 115-degree weather and pull weeds. Absolutely not. No thanks. Right now, though, it is beautiful outside. It's probably in the 60s, reaching the 60s, so I wouldn't mind it right now. But in the summer, good luck trying to get me to do yard work. No thanks.
Jennie won't burn for the weeds. She says, listen. Come here, little Jimmy. Let me show you a $20 bill and you can pull the weeds.
Right, exactly. I have very pale skin. I take care of my skin, and the last thing I want to do is get sunburned. So absolutely not.
All right, David, ask Jennie your last one.
All right, Jennie, I've got a 1, a 3, and a 4. For our very last question, I forbid you to choose the 1. So 3 or 4. 3 it is. Are you quick to fall in love, and are you quick to fall out of love?
This is actually a good one. I like this one.
I am not quick to fall in love. And then I would say no to, yeah, I would say that for both, actually. It's hard for me to fall in love with someone and hard for me to fall out of love with someone.
But once you
There
do,
you
you're
go.
in. Jenny's
Oh, yeah,
in. That's
definitely.
good.
Because I'm very good about separating, like, lust from love. So I always approach love second because
Mm.
I always try to I'm very particular about making sure that I want to be with the person I love. I just want to make sure it's the right fit, that I have to think about these things before I pursue them. And then once I'm locked in, of course, it's very, very hard for me to break away.
Yeah.
It's because once I'm committed to someone, I am 100% committed. I want to just love the shit out of them, buy them gifts, take them on adventures with me, and do all the things that you do when you're in love. So it becomes I'm a perfectionist like that, where I want to just be I want to be 100% in, 100% determined before I even say yes.
Jenny will make you a part of her world. There we go. The definitive interview of Jenny. Jenny, how do you feel? Do you feel probed? Do you feel like you just went through the full Oprah treatment?
Well, I definitely do not feel probed.
Jesus. No. Jesus, gentlemen and Jenny.
Gentlemen
Let
and
us keep
Jenny.
it together. Gentlemen and Jenny.
Those were wonderful questions. I must congratulate and commend. Those were fantastic questions, you guys. It was definitely I felt I was in the hot seat, and it was a wild ride. It took me some time to even think about the answers for that questions, because I was like, oh my gosh, these are awesome questions. What are the answers to them? So thank you. That was a wonderful interview.
Yes, what a wonderful way to start out all of our mornings, with hard-hitting questions that make you question your existence.
Mm-hmm,
Let us move and sally on forth.
May I help you?
You talking to me?
I need to talk to you.
A little word of advice.
Welcome.
Oh, you're welcome then.
You're welcome, the part of the show where we give you unsolicited advice. Yes, you, the listener, we're going to be giving you some unsolicited advice. David, what do you want to advise them today?
This one goes out to some of my customers at the bar. Some of them. Either it's a bar or it's a restaurant with table service. The beauty of it is that you can have either, whichever you choose, but not both. Don't order at the bar and then expect me to just know where you're sitting. All right? People order at the bar with me, and then I go and I make the drink and I turn around and they're just gone. Like, okay, here, coffee's on the bar, free for anyone to take. You leave, that's on you. God, you're welcome.
Yeah, and aside, you're welcome to anybody who wants a free coffee on the bar.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're truly welcome. Jenny, your first piece of advice.
This little advice goes out to all the theater goers out there. When you're seeing a play and you're recovering from a mild cold, always bring a few cough drops in your purse, because the last thing anyone wants to hear is you coughing your lungs out during a very dramatic scene. But you know what the benefit of that is? Not only can you save yourself from coughing fits, you can earn yourself some good Samaritan points by passing them to any coughing attendees near you. So get them cough drops, folks. You're welcome.
This goes out to the movie theater goers. A lot of theater today. A lot of theater. When watching a film, just ask someone to move seats if they are in your seat and it's an empty theater otherwise. Getting a manager just to ask them to move is an Armageddon level of pettiness that no one needs to witness. You're welcome.
The games section of this episode is brought to you today by Sassy Mama's Sales. Want to get a blast from the past with a fine vintage item? Or maybe need a new blender or other household items? Go to eBay and search Sassy Mama's Sales, located within the eBay stores page, for all the greatest finds you'll want for every occasion. Sassy Mama's Sales, all one word, all your shopping in one stop.
You're muted, David.
Well, there you go, and it is time for the game. But first, we've got a couple casual questions post-interview for you, Jennie.
Super
cash. Like, don't even worry about it. If you could be an animal for the rest of your life, which would you choose?
An otter. 100%.
Yes, Jennie! Yes, you're my spirit animal, Jennie. Yes!
I mean,
we
have
love
you
otters in
seen
this
them?
house.
Have you seen them?
God,
They're adorable. They're so
they're
cute.
adorable!
Have you seen them?
All right.
Oh my God, they're so... David's like, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a great answer. Yeah, okay. So you're going. Let me be clear. I guess the goal of both of you is to be adorable for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And what else? What other goal is there, David? What other goal is there in life other than to just be the most adorable you can be?
Majestic, like an elephant,
like an otter, like an elegant otter.
All right. Okay. Let's move on. Philip, your question, please.
Jennie, why are otters the best? Just kidding. All right, my real question.
I mean, have you seen them?
Because they're adorable. I'm sorry. All right, Jennie, my real question. During a night of passion, would you ever take the challenge to, at the height of the crescendo, to yell out the words "Freedom"? Would you take that challenge?
Philip, the answer is no.
What a shame!
What a true shame! I mean,
I guess Jennie doesn't believe in the American dream.
Oh no, just posh.
Another challenge stifled. But I'm waiting. Somebody will take us up on this challenge one day, David, and they will let us record it. Just that one little session.
This was a challenge.
Yes, no, it's the POWWOW challenge. All right, David, please let's get to the game. Let's get to the game before I get myself in more trouble.
Please explain it for us.
So, today we did an episode revolving and all concerning about Jennie. Since the episode is about Jennie, one thing we know is that Jennie is synonymous with, here locally at least, is her puppetry and acting in that realm. So, we came up with a game called Who's Pulling the Strings? My version of the game is pretty simple. We will be giving you a couple of scenarios with 3 options, and I'll want you to tell me who is the one that pulls the strings in this scenario. So, Jennie, it's up to you. Who would you like to face off against first?
Otter lover versus otter lover, please. Come on, Philip, let's go.
All right, my game then first. Essentially, it's the same thing. I'm going to provide you with a thing, and I want to know who's in charge. I'll give you 3 names, and you just got to tell me who's pulling the strings. We're going to start out question 1. This whole game is themed around Arizona.
Ooh.
The Arizona Attorney General at present, is it Chris Mays, Mark Brnovich, or Tom Horn?
Jennie.
And we'll go to Jennie first. You don't need to buzz in, Jennie.
Oh, okay. I'm going to guess Tom Horn.
Okay. Philip?
You know what's funny is I voted, so I know that these are eligible names. It's just more so I don't fully remember if I looked up who won for like this stuff. I'm gonna go with Tom Horn since Jennie was quite assured in her answer.
So
I'm gonna go with Tom Horn.
You are both confidently going with Tom Horn, without a doubt in your minds, and yet you are wrong. It is Chris Mays.
Dang it,
Chris Mays. I believe these are both 2 former attorneys general of Arizona.
Okay.
Company founded, I believe, as far as my research tells me, or at least based in Phoenix, Arizona. PetSmart. Who is the CEO of PetSmart?
PetSmart's from Arizona?
Apparently.
I know.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Is it Alan Schneid, David Redfield, or J.K. Semanchik?
Oh my goodness. We're
going to Philip first.
Yeah. Based off of my deep and intense knowledge of PetSmart, I am going to go with the one that I would be most disappointed if it's incorrect, which would be Clifford the Big Redfield. Is my answer, since it's the only association I have.
I don't even remember the names. Can you please repeat them?
Alan Schneid, David Redfield, and J.K. Semanchik.
Semanchik stands out, so I will go with that one.
Well, Alan Schneid is not the answer to this question, so it is
Certainly.
true that one of you is correct.
Ooh.
And it is J.K. Semanchik.
Yes!
Of course it sounds correct, because it is correct, Jenny. Of course you knew that.
It was
J.K.
a
Semanchik.
wonderful,
What a
spicy last
CEO.
name. It stood out to me.
Ugh.
Yeah, I actually chose the other names are the CFO and the COO of
Ooh.
PetSmart.
Very
Oh,
bold
that's
to
what got
you.
me mixed up. I knew that they were in the company. Yes.
Shoot. Okay. There is a movie that, God, I can't remember in my research. Little Miss Sunshine, does it take place in Arizona, or is it filmed in Arizona, or is it both?
I think it's a
don't know.
road trip through Arizona.
Okay,
Memory
well,
serves.
the directors, it is a director pair of Little Miss Sunshine. Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris, Steve Carell and Charles McDougall, or Peter and Bobby Farrelly. We'll go to Jenny first.
I saw this movie too. I should remember this. I'm
Likewise.
Once again, it's Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris, Steve Carell and Charles McDougall, or Peter and Bobby Farrelly.
My gut is saying the Farrellys.
The Farrellys.
Mm-hmm.
Philip.
I'm going to go with the A tandem.
The Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris?
Correct, yes.
And you're correct, Philip! Jonathan
Yes!
Dayton and Valerie Ferris. Wonderful, wonderful. That ties the game at 1 point apiece.
Yeah.
Question 4. There is a famous might be a stretch, band from Arizona called Meat Puppets. Speaking of puppets,
Well,
have either of you heard of this band, Meat Puppets?
I
And
can't
they
say
can't
that I
say
have, David.
No.
Oh. Wow, you guys should get more cultured with
more
with
local.
Arizona
God,
Arizona
we are
music
ashamed,
scene.
Jenny.
Yeah, this is appalling. Who is the lead? Sorry, no. This is a great little double entendre here. Who is pulling the strings, as in the guitar strings?
Hey.
Kurt Kirkwood, Chris Kirkwood, or Derek Bostrom?
Ooh, Bostrom.
And we're going to Philip first. Kurt Kirkwood, Chris Kirkwood, or Derek Bostrom?
Oh, I was going to say, I wonder how clever you are to go Kirkwood, but the problem is I bet that it actually...
Kirkwood.
Oh,
These are the members of the band.
Whoa, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, but that is the question is, do I think that, I bet that they're all members of the band, which you just confirmed that they are. So I will go with, will the brothers... Oh, I bet it is one of the brothers is a guitarist. So I will go with the non-Kurt Kirkwood. The other Kirkwood.
You say Chris Kirkwood?
Chris is my man. Yes, Chris.
All right.
Chris, come
Jenny.
on down.
Well, I will stick with the other Kirkwood, please.
We're going
Kurt
duos on
Kirkwood.
the brothers.
We've got it. We've got opposing Kirkwoods. One of you is correct. Chris Kirkwood, Philip, that was your answer.
Yeah.
Plays the bass guitar. Kurt Kirkwood plays the guitar. Jenny, you're correct.
Yes, sir.
I believe a technicality is in order, but
it was the alliteration for me.
I did clarify there. Yes, wonderful. Okay, we have a 2-1 lead going into the final question. Philip, you're going to have to try to force a tiebreaker here.
I will have to.
Jenny, what year were you born?
1994.
Shoot. But anyway, the mayor of Phoenix in 1993, which was the year I thought you were both born, but I was wrong.
Nope, I'm
The
December
mayor
94.
of Phoenix, December 94. Well, this was before you were born, Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor of Phoenix in 1993, was it John Nelson, Paul Johnson, or Skip Rimsaw?
Another
Jenny,
very
you first.
exciting name. Let's see.
Well, actually, yeah, Jenny, you have to go first because Phil has to be able to pick something different. So,
Yeah.
John Nelson, Paul Johnson, or Skip Rimsaw?
My gut's going with Paul Johnson.
Paul Johnson, she says.
Darn it. I was going to go with Paul Johnson.
You can pick the
Skip
same one.
Rim. No, I need to go different in order to even
He
tie
has to
it,
go
Jenny.
different so that he can tie the game.
I would go
Oh.
Skip, but I think Skip is probably somewhere in the 70s. That feels more Arizonanly appropriate. So I will go with not Paul Johnson and not Skip. Who is my remaining option?
John Nelson.
John Nelson. Oh yeah, that guy. That guy's a winner, a humdinger of a man.
All of these people were at one point mayor of Phoenix.
Mm.
In 1993, it was Paul Johnson. Jennie with the victory. 3-1.
Oof, brutal. I did want Paul Johnson, but
indeed. Okay, let's just quickly try my tiebreaker. Closest will win. Population of Arizona. Phil, first, please.
let's go with 3.5 million.
It's definitely a bigger number because Phoenix is alone is one of the top 10 cities. I think that's still
It is.
record. I want to say I'll go higher. Why not? I'll go 4.5 million.
Fair enough. You only had to say 3.6, but it was 7.2 million.
Oh.
7.276 million. So, Phil, you weren't even close. All right,
Yeah, I was
moving on to your
halfway
game,
wrong.
Phil.
Yes, my game. Thank you, David. All right, same idea, same concept, same follow through. A rare coercion for us, David. There. All right, guys. Mine has no rhyme or reason, just going around. All right, who is the current CEO of Amazon? Is it A, Jeff Bezos, B, Andrew Jassy, Jassy Hands, or is it C, Andrew Johnson? Guys, let's go with Jennie first. Jennie, is it Jeff Bezos, Andrew Jassy, or Andrew Johnson?
Jeffrey Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos.
And David?
I'm glad Jennie said Jeff Bezos because I'm pretty sure he stepped down as CEO.
Oh, did he
I don't
really?
think he's
No!
in charge anymore. I think. So I'm going to say Andrew Jassy Hands.
Jassy Hands, thank you, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Andrew Jackson, to me, I can't not think of President Andrew Jackson. So I'm going to go with
Johnson. Andrew Johnson.
Sorry, also a president. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jazz Hands.
You were correct. You sniffed me out. I went with a different president, Andrew Johnson, the 17th U.S. president, David. Very well done. And you are also correct in that Jeff Bezos did step down. It is indeed Andrew Jassy, who has been CEO of Amazon since 2021. So
I will
David
say-
leads us.
I did not know that, but I also just didn't want to miss the opportunity to sing some Bo Burnham. So
Very fair enough.
Hey, listen, when given the opportunity, go full Burnham. All right, guys, we will now start off with you, David. Who was the original CEO of McDonald's? Is it A, Ray Kroc, B, Ray Mancini, or C, Ray Davies?
Ooh. What was the first one? Ray
Kroc, think of a dial.
Yeah.
Or I should say O-dial.
I
B,
think
Ray
like
Mancini.
the O-dial.
Yeah, so yes.
I'm going to go, I don't know. I
Davies.
feel like I remember thinking, I remember learning that the McDonald's brothers were bought out by some dude. And I'm thinking Mancini sounds like he was like a kind of a sleazy guy, like a... You know.
Yeah, the guy.
Mancini.
Hey,
Ray
you
Mancini.
McDonald's brothers, you come
Look,
here.
I'm going
I'll
to buy
give you
your
a good
company,
price.
and then I'm going to turn it into a multi-billion dollar organization.
Multi-billion
How about
dollar.
that? And I'll give you like $500,000. How about that? Yeah.
Can
Now
I
that's
I'm
introduce
going to
you
go
to
with
Ronald?
Mancini.
Can I introduce you to my friend Ronald here? Jennie, David goes with Ray Mancini. Who do you go with?
Ray Kroc stood out to me, so I will go ahead and say that is my answer.
You both stayed away from Ray Davies. He is a songwriter for The Kinks, guys. So a good sniffer there. And David, Ray Mancini, he smells like a sleazy guy, maybe because he's a boxer. He's a real life boxer who just knew how to
All
box.
right.
Ray Kroc indeed was the original CEO of McDonald's and visited those
Darn.
McDonald's brothers. It is tied one apiece for the two of you. Who, Jennie, was the original CEO and owner of the little red-headed hamburger chain known as Wendy's? Was it A, Dave Portnoy, B, Dave Thomas, or C, Dave Roberts?
I'm going to say Thomas.
She goes with B, Dave Thomas. David.
What was the first one?
Dave Portnoy.
I'll say Dave Portnoy. Why not?
Dave Roberts is the current manager of the LA Dodgers. I would say, no, that was Dave Roberts. Option C was the current manager of the LA Dodgers, David's beloved baseball team, if he had such a thing. But Dave Portnoy is the CEO of Barstool Sports, probably why you heard that name before, David.
I have never heard that name before.
Okay, then never mind. I was thinking the sports connection. Dave Thomas is indeed the hamburger flipper owner and CEO. He flipped some himself. So we go to a 2-1 advantage facing Jennie here against David.
Yikes.
Going into question 4, Jennie, which entertainer is associated with being one of the first 2 people to discover, quote unquote, Justin Bieber? Which entertainer is associated with being one of the first 2 people to discover Justin Bieber? Is it A, Lil Wayne, B, Ludacris, or is it C, Usher Baby?
Wait, how did you say the first one's name again?
Lil Wayne.
Thank you.
I didn't have
Wayne.
too cheap.
Yes,
Little
the distinguished musician Little Wayne.
Not loud.
My answer, though, however, is Ludacris.
Ludacris is Jenny's answer. David.
I think it's Usher.
And he goes. So that's your answer, David.
Yes.
Guys, Lil Wayne could lick it like a lollipop, but he did not find Justin Bieber. You were both correct.
Bieber
there.
was underage at the time. Lil Wayne was not licking anything.
No, that wasn't. I was just going off of a song title. Excuse my insinuations there. There were none to be had. All right, next one. It is indeed Ludacris found himself on Justin Bieber's song Baby, but he did not discover Justin Bieber until that moment. It was Usher. So, David, you have tied things up 2 apiece, meaning that we are going to have to go to you for the question 5 to see if we can possibly get a winner here. If not, we will go to the tiebreaker. Who directed the film starring Ewan McGregor, Big Fish? Who directed the film starring Ewan McGregor, Big Fish? Was it A, Robert Zemeckis, B, Steven Spielberg, or C, Tim Burton?
I'm going with A.
He's going with A, Robert Zemeckis, his beloved Polar Express buddy. Jenny.
What was option B?
B was good old Stevie Spielberg.
You know,
or Steven, as his
I'm feeling I'm going to go ahead and say Zemeckis too. That's my answer also.
Oh, she wants the tiebreaker.
She wants the tiebreaker. She chose the exact same option as David, meaning that you both will have the exact same result. Steven Spielberg did indeed not direct Big Fish, and Tim Burton did. He did. So you both were wrong, but it doesn't matter. You both go to the tiebreaker. It was Tim Burton's Danny DeVito vision that led to the film. All right, guys, tiebreaker. Ooh, that's right. I remember this tiebreaker. I'm sorry. I came up with something brilliant, and then lo and behold, I forgot that I needed a follow through. Give me 1 second here. For this tiebreaker, I'm actually going to need something that we usually would never do on this podcast, but I'm going to need one of you two to volunteer to take off your headphones and look away.
Okay.
Well, now I will text you whenever we are ready for you.
I guess I will volunteer that. So
all right, Jenny, I will.
Away.
Headphones off, look away, and I will text you when I need you back, okay?
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. David, you are the first to enter the tiebreaker zone here. I will be giving you 10 seconds to be giving me as many within a category that I give you right now, and the person to give me most within this category will win. Okay?
Got it.
10 seconds. We will both see that I am timing it right here. The category, David, and as soon as I say it, the timer begins. The category is, give me as many Steven Spielberg directed films as you possibly can. Go.
Oh, God. All right. Jaws, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade. What else? Fablemans. I Fablemans.
I will give you to the Fableman. So that is 6 that you have. 6. Obviously, Jenny can.
Did he direct all the Indiana Jones movies?
He did not direct all of them. Which one did you say? Because I know he's not directing the most recent one. You said the first 3. I know that he did the first 2, The Last Crusade, And he did direct The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so he did. It's this last
No, I didn't say that
one.
one. I just said the first three, the
The
original three.
Dial of Doom. Ooh. Okay, so I will be texting Jenny right now to get her back. And
Wait, how many did I get?
You got 6. Fable. You got the 3 Indiana Jones, the Fablemans. You got Jaws, and then you got one other. I
don't think I did.
Right,
I think it was 5.
you got 5? Okay.
Hello.
Thank you, Jenny. Hello. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you going off to the side. I will be now giving you the exact same tiebreaker that I gave to David. I had already told him this as well as the audience, but please listen carefully as it is fresh for you. I will be giving you a category and 10 seconds as shown right here. At the end of those 10 seconds, I will need as many as many items that fit within a category that I'm about to give you. As many items within a category that I'm about to give you. Whoever has the most within that category between you and David will win. So, for instance, if I were to say...
as in quantity?
Correct.
Okay.
So if I were to say name types of fruit, if you gave me watermelon, grapes, and cherries, and David only gave me strawberries and lemons, you would win as you have 3 to David's 2. Again, 10 seconds are on the clock. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, the timer will begin at the end of me telling you what the category is. Here we go. Give me as many Steven Spielberg directed films as possible, and go.
Oh, good lord. Super 8, Jurassic Park, E.T., Ready Player One.
Jenny, that is all the time I have for you, and you have given me 4 good answers.
Mm-hmm.
David gave me 5.
Oh,
I am so sorry. I am so sorry, but you guys actually very much went in different directions. David chose the easy way of the Indiana Jones franchises. That's where he immediately went to.
I completely forgot that he was the Indiana Jones director.
You both simultaneously at the beginning said, holy hell, or whatever version of that was possible. Both of you gave me that. Just say, oh my lord, what is even this question? So
I haven't seen that many Steven Spielberg movies. I have seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I did Jaws, the 3 Indiana Jones, and the Fablemans, which I literally watched last week. So
Oh, we had very different answers then. Interesting.
Yeah. I didn't even think of Jurassic Park. That's crazy.
Very nice. There's so many. Go back and always look back at his filmography. There's just a little nugget each and every time you find it. You were like, oh, that's right. He did that one. All right, David, to my chagrin, you won. Congratulations. And a wonderful job.
Well, thank you. Oh, that slaps. Well, this is the segment where we bring some entertainment to recommend to you, the listener, so you can go home and just enjoy what slaps this week. For me, it is another film that I'm watching along my journey to watch all the Oscar nominees, or as many as possible at least. And this week, I watched one of the animated picture nominees. It is called The Sea Beast, and it is on Netflix. And it's quite good. It's quite a good animated film. I quite liked it. It slaps, dare I say.
Darest you say it? Jenny, what slaps for you this week?
Well, I have been listening a lot to the album Gloria by Sam Smith. I've been listening to every one of their tracks, and so far I've been listening to them all pretty equally. But one in particular that I have been enjoying while I've been driving is called Perfect. Sam Smith and a guest named Jessie Reyes, I believe it's pronounced, collabed on this one. And it's a perfect, smooth... I like listening to a lot when I drive at night, but working a lot of night events. So it's a great track of just trying to just calm down after a hectic day and getting ready for the quiet night ahead. So go listen to Sam Smith's track Perfect featuring Jessie Reyes. It's wonderful.
Through no coordination or collaboration, me and Jenny landed up in a very similar space. I was wondering if we were going to be on the exact same bullseye. However, we are both listening to Sam Smith's newest album. And while we landed at different songs, I still think it's a testament to Sam Smith that they indeed slap. However, the song that I'm going to go with a much more succinct and clumsy tag at the end of this is actually going to be No God by Sam Smith.
Oh, that was
Don't
my
know-
second choice.
Oh, it's good. It's very good. It was my introduction on the introductory shuffle into the album, and it was beautiful. It was a wonderful way to enter the album. So another Sam Smith addendum to the That Slaps catalog, and dare I say, a good one, sir.
That slaps.
You're muted, my friend. Yay! I don't have to wear the hat anymore. You got 2 on me. Oh, I love it.
I don't care. Well, the episode has come to a close. The episode all about Jennie. Jennie, have you had a good time?
I've had a wonderful time.
Well, before we close it out completely, we have a few thank yous, of course, to Jennie as our wonderful host, who's joined Phil and I in having an episode all about interviewing us. But of course, a few other thank yous to Cass and Crossland and Jake Corlang for the music on the show.
Thanks to Ryan Ardell and Josh Hans for their wonderful contributions to the show. Guys, couldn't do it without you.
Also, thanks to Tara Amstas for her amazing graphic design work.
And thank you to you, yes, you listening while you're running or in the shower or doing goodness knows what. Thank you to you for tuning in every week. We have so many episodes in the backlog. You can check them out. Most of them are certainly quite timeless. So check us out. We're releasing new content every week, and recommend us to your friends. We're out on Instagram at POWWOW_podcast. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're just about anywhere where you find podcasts, just not Pandora, because screw you, Pandora.
Indiana Jones, what are we gonna do? We're in serious danger here. Don't worry, take this. Wave it at anything that roars. Bears. Why did it have to be bears?